Alright, quick video I guess. I wasn't going to do a video because I am busy this Memorial Day, so I hope everyone's enjoying your Memorial Day. I mean, honestly, I should be using this weekend to prepare the astral chart template, which is still my main priority. That's why I don't really care about doing other shows, but it's more of an update video anyways. Quick update, look, Vito, I'm not going to delete all my videos anytime soon, really. Once I finish the private request, then I'm going to do a video picking which videos I'm going to delete. I'm probably going to delete like 90% of them, unless people want me to just keep it up, if it's that important. But, you know, from my point of view, I don't really talk about anything important from my point of view. I mean, I've never even fully explained to people what the fear of death and overcoming it is, cosmic abandonment, the will to power, which leads to, you know, purification of spirit, actualization of the spirit, liberation of the spirit. But, you know, then I never addressed the problem, which is the opposite, which is how to lose by default. That would be the love of life and submitting to it, cosmic replacement, the will to slavery, which leads you to the corruption of the spirit, what is it, the simulation of the spirit, and the enslavement of the spirit. I mean, that's the opposite side. I've never talked or even mentioned that. If people are interested, maybe I could talk about it later. I mean, that's a bit more advanced, but that's more like on the back burner of things. As for the music, I'll keep it either very low, or unless people want me to just remove it, I just do it so that I can listen to something at night. Like, I just do these at night, and these are more throwaway shows. So to me, it didn't really matter, but I really should not have played music for the previous one, which is the Dorothy one, The Enlightenment of Dorothy. I mean, that's a pretty good video. I actually listened to that video like 5 times myself. As for Matt, I mean, what did Matt do? He did the breakdown movie of Lucy. I mean, I've watched Lucy, alright? Tien, you guys know him as Ferris. He's like my true student or whatever. He's the one that bugged me to make a YouTube channel anyways. I mean, he literally said, oh, well, Pink, you're just like Lucy. And then, yeah, I know what Lucy is. I mean, there's a lot more stuff that is true in Lucy than you think. I mean, I thought Matt's breakdown wasn't very good at all. And, you know, Tien, I also told him to go watch the movie Limitless with that, with the guy who's from Guardians of the Galaxy as the raccoon. I mean, Limitless and Lucy is what happens when you have an elevated quote-unquote consciousness and can manipulate or have an elevated mind. I mean, that's why those movies are important. But, you know, there's always a certain perspective bias with Matt anyways. It's because he listens to too much of his new agey friends. I mean, new age, the entire new age thing is it's a fraud anyways, and most of it comes from Robert Monroe, who worked for the Department of the Army. I mean, they have a docket paper on him. He moved his family to Langley, Virginia. Come on, man. He did the Gateway Project. I mean, a lot of people don't realize it, but some of the scenes in Fringe, especially the consciousness scenes, is literally, or the Cortexiphan experiments is in reference to Robert Monroe. You know, I'll always say that New Ageism is the opposite side coin of Satanism, which is true. I mean, I'll stand by that statement. I mean, you could literally watch that, what is it? It's like goddamn 7 hours. Mark Passio says New Age bullshit. I mean, that's true, but people don't have the time really to care. Or, you know, New Age is very fluffy. It makes you feel good. I don't really care for it. I mean, that's why for me, every time I watch Matt's stuff and he talks about Tony, his friend, I just cringe, like Vanessa VA. All is love. Oh my god, that stuff. I mean, that is cringe. But you know, there's something. You know, I'm not gonna rip too much on Matt because I know Matt watches all my videos anyways. But he just doesn't make any rational sense sometimes. So.
Me, it was a complete Matrix child.
Yeah.
And the best advice.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Matt, for my cameo. I mean, thank God his audience didn't realize what Matt said.
I ever got was, if you're terrified to do speech comm class, where
yes,
you stand up in front of 20 people.
See, he's going to talk about the best advice he ever got.
And give a speech, you know, like that. Like, of course, you know, to now you just, you know, 5 minutes preparation would be fun, but then it was terrifying. You know, oh my gosh, my speech is on Thursday. Oh my gosh. Somebody said, just prepare over prepare. If you think you can do it in an hour, prepare for 3 or 4 hours. You'll be so prepared.
Yep, this is great advice.
That when I went up there, I was so prepared that I just didn't even need my note cards. I took that advice literally. I was so prepared that there was no nervousness because I would never get stuck on what to talk about next. I just had been over it so many different times. So even if we can ever get to Nina Simone's No Fear or...
See, this is the main problem. He says over prepare, but then he tells people, I mean, his audience must be allergic to books or something, or reading. I mean, these people are very low IQ. You know, I said this before. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, stupid people don't know how stupid they are. They're overconfident in their abilities. So they always said, we have already won. Look at us. We're better than the Illuminati. Oh, my God. Well, we know way more than the non-milk and the worshipful masters, the 32nd degree of the Lodge Boys. Like, get out of here. All right, get out of here. I over-prepare. I've shown people my Audible collection, like 200-plus books. I mean, that's not including the regular books I went through. I went through like every single goddamn religion, secret society, esoteric teachings. It all goes back to the same goddamn source anyway. So I mean, that's why it doesn't matter. That's why I can break anything down, and I can talk from flow of consciousness. I mean, to me, this seems to be more of a personal problem because his audience. I mean, he'll always say it's for the ninth graders. I'm not narcissistic or solipsistic. I know what I don't know, so that's very important for me. Okay, so I mean, that's just to address Matt. I mean, I know people like they go nuts over Matt, but for me, I'm already used to it. I mean, I don't expect anything to change. I am aware that he's you know, taking more upon my ideas. Like he's saying, the first step is to fear of death and overcoming it. I mean, I say that all the time, but how you overcome it is by letting go of life. But I don't know. Some people love the human experience, really. Also, he's also trapped by this idea of I call it the trap of the Bodhisattva, wanting to save a bunch of people who aren't going to make it. I mean, my channel, you know, that's why I keep it small. If I wanted it to get big, I would have. And that's why I hide everything. But pretty soon, I won't hide much stuff. And I'm going to try to reboot my channel. People should understand the reason why I'm rebooting my channel is because I want to leave it up as a resource, because people told me that they're going to watch it years later, like they do with SQS, and I'm still not done with SQS. I'm like 75% of the way done. So this is what a Bodhisattva is. Ooh, I mean, why isn't this working? Jesus Christ. Let's see.
Bo, Dysat VA. BDSA with Diaresis TV / Learn to pronounce. Noun. In Mahayana Buddhism, a person who is able to reach nirvana but delays doing so out of compassion in order to save suffering beings.
The key is a person who is able to reach the state of nirvana first to save suffering beings. I mean, Matt has not reached the state of nirvana yet because he is always venerating this idea of being a human, which is what the Buddha would not have done. The Buddha said the five aggregates of the human incarnation is based on the body, the mind, the psychophysical self of the will, rationality, emotion. I mean, that is why this quote-unquote sim character that you call your human incarnation is a sim character. You're supposed to let it go, all right? And then go into the, you know, the void of the everything, which is, I mean, this place is some darkened reality anyways. That's why I don't really care about this. Okay, and then this is for the people who are on my chat. You guys are not bodhisattvas, you are arhats, which is these people who are trying to attain the state of, you know, Buddha, reaching enlightenment yourself. Yeah, I mean, you're following the religious path. I mean, this path, you know, I mean, look, you know, these are just terminologies by, you know, I'll use Buddhism, but basically, I mean, there's other paths to follow. This is the cultivation of the spirit, like to reach a saint. All right, it's not that big of a deal. Like, people just got stuck up on terminologies.
AR, hat.
Yeah,
A with Diaresis RHT / Learn to pronounce. Noun. In Buddhism and Jainism, someone who has attained the goal of the religious life.
Yeah, the goal of the religious life is cultivation of samadhi, which is the cultivation of the spirit, you know, what you were before you came here, before you were born. So you're trying to attain, quote-unquote, higher transcendental things, not based on the suffering of the body or the psychophysical mind, you know, as a human incarnation, or the ego of the self. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. I mean, an arhat, I mean, then, I mean, that's what an arhat is. I mean, a bodhisattva, I mean, I still, you know, every year I go through this process of annihilation, which is where I recycle out and I seem like a dumb turd or a drunk, whatever. I mean, I do this every single goddamn year. That's why I'm going through SQS again. So it's like I'm delaying my quote-unquote nirvana. Not really. I mean, I reached a state a long time ago, so I'm willing to help people who are suffering along that I can help. But a lot of people, they really can't be helped. It's because they're stuck in their fascinations of their carnal incarnation known as a human. So that's why I get attacked. But it's not a big deal either way. I mean, I'm pretty much detached from this idea anyway. So okay, so that's a bodhisattva. I mean, a bodhisattva is okay, but some people take it too far. Like, for example, my Yoda master, Joshi boy, takes it too far. Wants to, save, or, I mean, he's just picking a fight with the Illuminati at this point. Whatever, I mean, math does the same thing. For me, I personally don't care. I mean, this suffering will exist with or without the managers or the farmers. It is what it is. So your goal should at least be an arhat. An arhat is just merely a Buddha that is at the beginning processing of awakening. It's like a lotus flower that has reached the surface of the water and is waiting to blossom. I'm not going to go sink down to the swamp and try to grab people that want to drown out in the suffering of the waters of the swamp, the muddy waters. That's what a bodhisattva would do. But I am willing to, touch upon the lotuses on the surface of the water to enlighten them. I mean, that's what a Buddha is. A Buddha is really someone who has reached enlightenment to reach nirvana in the now, which isn't that hard. I mean, I've said it over and over and over again. Fear and death and overcoming it by rejecting life, rebirth. That's easy. Cosmic abandonment. I guess, I'll talk about this. I mean, you guys watch anime, right? You watch Hunter x Hunter, right?
To be an ocean. However, in reality, we actually cannot call all of this blue stuff here you see an ocean because it does not meet the technical definition. A more accurate label would be a lake. A lake nestled within a truly massive expanse of land known as the Dark Continent. Now, this patch of water does have an actual name, which is Lake Mobius. Named, of course, for its shape, which resembles a Mobius strip.
So this is Earth.
Right in the center of Lake Mobius is the known world.
You hear that? This is from an anime. I mean, we've heard the term crater, Lake Earth, like the reflection of the moon, and it shows our predicament upon a crater in the lake. Okay, so let's get this map. Oh my god, the secret map of the previous world. Oh my god, this is the North Pole, the Mountain Meru, the sacred island that does all the electromagnetic stuff, which projects the sun and the moon. Tropics of Cancer, equator, tropics of Capricorn, and then you have the ice shelf, and then we're in some goddamn crater, and then outside of here is the Dark Continent, ruled. I mean, I'm trying to think if I should even tell you this. Look, man, it's ruled by the Majestic 12, alright? These beings that your rulers are so afraid of. I mean, you talk about the final rabbit hole. I mean, why? Since the 20s, I mean, the 21st century is predicated on the fact that, the world rulers found out that we are not alone in our lake, all right? That the Dark Continent exists. These interdimensional, interastral beings, or, in reality, we are bacteria compared to what is out there. Like, our importance is placed too high upon this system.
The separation of which from the Dark Continent via the lake is undoubtedly the only reason why the human race has managed to survive and thrive to modern day. Also, I guess
that's not necessarily true. The human race is merely some petri dish experiment.
If you wanted to get technical, then we could say that we've been on the Dark Continent ever since the series began. But despite humanity's separation from this larger landmass, the curiosity of humans has always led them to pushing every boundary possible and eventually discovering
Admiral Byrd
that they were a teeny tiny grain of sand in a truly extraordinary world. Although traveling across such a large stretch of water has not been possible for humankind, due both to the sheer amount of distance needed to cover, as well as the threats laying in wait in the lake. However, this does not mean traveling to the Dark Continent was impossible. Far from it, actually, because there is a, how shall we put this, I suppose we'll call it a conventional method of gaining access to the landmass. But in order...
Look, long story short, the reason why our technology advances have gone so far within the 21st century is because we found technology from beings that came here through the quote-unquote Dark Continent. I mean, whatever, I mean, if you care, I mean, you guys know what a vivarium is, right? I mean, we live in an aqua vivarium. Okay, let's see. I mean, we're a subsection of a quote-unquote existence, really. I mean, the faster you get through this your goddamn mind and realize that you were abandoned here, trapped here, or you're stuck in your predicament, the faster you can move along and realize that your human incarnation is the prison trap. I mean...
6. Bar I 6
Bavarian.
/
Bavarian.
Learn to pronounce. Noun. An enclosure, container, or structure adapted or prepared for keeping animals under semi-natural
Keeping animals, humans.
An enclosure, container.
I mean, really a life, rebirth life.
An enclosure, container, or structure adapted or prepared for keeping animals under semi-natural conditions for observation or study or as pets, an aquarium
Yeah, as
or
pets.
terrarium.
Okay, here that's pets, terrarium, whatever. I mean, people will say loosh. I mean, people don't really understand what these, people at the highest levels, I mean, what their real job is. The real job is the perpetuation of the human race, the continuation of humanity under the circumstances. That's why there's the quote-unquote fake alien invasion and these, where we're gonna really, demonize the good aliens trying to help us, and we're gonna, whatever. I mean, this shit's stupid, alright? This is gonna be stupider than the Voldemort disease. I mean, you'll see it, I mean, probably, I'm actually surprised, probably in my lifetime, Jesus Christ. Yeah, whatever, I don't give a shit. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Crater Lake Earth, whatever. This is the ice wall, ooh. I mean, it's more on the dome of the eyeball. I mean, this is an aqua terrarium, alright? A slice of simulation of life. This is not really life. Whatever, man. I mean, are people really ready to know this? Whatever. Dude. Okay, so then we're gonna check confirmation. Which one is this? Is this the Matrix? Nope, not this one. I mean, this is the enslavement of the mind. Because things are more, whatever. I mean, things are more of a goddamn, I would say, holographic Matrix reality. Anyways. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so Neo puts the key in. He got the key from the key maker. There's a key to get into anywhere. I mean, there's a key to anything. If you know the steps and rules, the methodologies to follow. This place is a matrix. It's predictable. Algorithms, methodologies unlocks upon the iron gateway, iron walls. I mean, Philip K. Dick talks about this. I mean, just so you know, these iron walls have been shown in the movie Dark City, The Matrix, Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody when he goes upon the beach and gets swarmed by the helicopters. Okay. I mean, this is like the, this is what you call the dark waters of oblivion, going in between these realms. Okay. Okay, then he sees the true light. This is a projection of the holographic reality based on the light-based, Matrix, the double slit experience. Is it a wave, or is a light a wave, or is it a point? Ooh, it's based on the interpretation of your brain. Your brain is merely the translator for your light-based informational reality, which is why you're really not an organism. You're an informational organism based on data. And I mean, the reason why the green exists is because it's the middle of the light spectrum, or the commonality of the upward arcing of the apex is green, right? And the highest ascent point is gold, right? And the final ascent point of a light spectrum is ultraviolet, based on the UV spectrum. Okay, he's basically like astral traveling. His consciousness is going to be projected out. It's like a tractor beam, or walking into another reality. Oh my god, like the Gnostic said, your every soul is merely a light projection from the stars, and the stars are perforated holes, and every projection of a soul is actually a star beaming down its translator device known as the human body, the brain, to translate your experience here, which is an illusion. Your human incarnation, your body's a robot. I mean, your brain is the translator, not necessarily the governor, the translator of this light that is seeping outside of the perforation out of the dome. Look, I mean, I'm assuming everybody knows about Gnosticism. Oh my god, light, you're just a pixel upon a screen. Ooh, the screen of the Matrix. we call this a screen-based reality. It's more right than you think. Yep. And each screen represents a possibility controlled by the right hand of the architect, who can flick it on and off. And this is to represent, free will, possibility. Timelines. But timelines within one limited universe reality, world, based on bubble reality.
Hello, Neo.
Hello, Neo. Neo is, the Jesus character. He's a savior figure. The savior figure that comes every astrological age, or let's do this all over again. I've talked about this like 1,000 times. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, this is Kamamara. Kamamara is really the architect, whatever. Udambara, flower, chakra, and the Jabuline, the control structure. That'd be like the first Matrix scene I showed. Yeah, where the hell is it? God damn it. The eyeball. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Astrology. Okay, right here. Okay, where are we? Yeah. Okay, age of Pisces is Jesus. Okay, age of Aries would be Moses, symbolized to the ramming of the horns, like the famous statue that everybody thinks is Mandela effect with Moses having horns. That's to symbolize Aries anyways. Taurus would be Baal. Gemini would be that's the Buddha. Okay. Cancer, the electric chicken is Quetzalcoatl. What the hell is Leo? Leo's gotta be Egyptian. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Horus or Thoth, whatever. Then what the hell is before that? Virgo? Actually, that would be the feminine savior. Whatever, dude. You know the drill. Alright, so he's merely a anomaly figure.
Okay. Who are you? I am the architect.
He is the architect, also known as the craftsman in Gnostic thinking, which is really the creator of the material world. Think of this person as the god of the material world, which is also the devil masquerading as a spiritual god. Alright? This would be the god for most of the Bible, especially in the beginning. The god that was mentioned very beginning and opening of Genesis, the spiritual god. Actually, maybe not even that, because then in the beginning is the word, and the word is that'd be in reference to Brahma. Brahma would be of the Trimurti, who created Shiva and Vishnu, which is the preserver and destroyer, representing chaos and order, which is the original duality anyways. Alright, whatever, I'll explain it later. I don't really have time to explain Brahma or Indian stuff right now. But this thing is really the enemy that's mentioned in the book of Revelations anyways. Look, long story short, god of the material world, the demiurge, the bastard, abortion baby of Sophia. This thing saw the creation of, real creation, everything God, and ordered it in a very microscopic manner. Alright, like this is a fractured slice of what existence really is.
I created the Matrix.
Yeah, easier way to think of it is think of him as Mickey Mouse. Alright, he made Disney Realm. Alright, and you heard that Disney Realm was a cool place to be, so you came here.
I've been waiting for you.
Yep.
You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human.
Yeah, the process has altered his consciousness, yet he remains human. He's basically a Superman. He should be an ascended or transcendent being, but instead, because of his human incarnation, he's limited in thought, thinking. He has a monkey brain, which is going to chatter upon the screen.
Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not.
Yeah, which is why no one will ever break the Matrix.
Concurrently, while your first question may be the most pertinent.
Yes, the first question is the most important question. It's the question that you yourself had, which is why you're on my channel in the first place. This is the question of, I'll let Neil
You may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
It is the most irrelevant. I'll explain it a little bit.
Why am I here?
Why am I here? Why was I born? The answer is simple, alright? It is to, it's the will to live, to inflict suffering, to suffer, to propagate the suffering through rebirth, having, children, and to die. The ultimate end goal, anyways, is to die. When Nietzsche said God is dead, he didn't know what he was saying, but that is quote-unquote more real or true than you think.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite
The eventuality of anomaly based on the dissolution of free choice or free will. So this is true. This is what this savior figure is. He's merely there to shepherd and corral all the quote-unquote fractal anomalies, which the Matrix needs to reset the system anyways.
my sincere
I mean, look, I don't role playing around. Like, everybody role plays the Matrix, and they think that we are the Neos, we're here to save the system. In reality, you're there to dance in Zion and reset the system for the architect, you dummies, alright? Which is why I would identify more with the Merovingian than anything.
sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision.
Yeah, see? I mean, the way he thinks, pure logician.
While it remains a burden assiduously
I mean, intellectuality can lead to psychosis, which is what this is.
avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not
It's not unexpected, right? This is why the true community exists. And this is why the graduated animal farms exist. It is merely a graduated cylinder collection of the anomalies. The system has already predicted this. I mean, they predicted this and put it out for you 20 years ahead of time to collect you. I mean, are people this stupid? Are people this narcissistic, not realizing what's going on? Like, the people at the very top are much more advanced than everybody. Maybe not me, because I get it. I mean, really, I should be on their side, but circumstances work out the way that they are. All right, I'm just trying to chill out. I don't care.
beyond a measure of control,
Yeah.
which has led you inexorably here.
Yep. Fate. Destiny. Destiny through free will led to fate of him being there. Okay.
You haven't answered my question.
Yeah. He was trying to fascinate him. See?
Quite right.
Quite right.
Interesting. That was quicker than the others.
Others? How many? Others.
See? This is the chattering brain of a monkey mind. This is a human incarnation. Too many questions.
What? Answer one.
A Buddha would have his mind still and just not have this, I mean, you guys watch the movie Minions, right? Or Despicable Me? I mean, this is like a bunch of minions. Like saying, Misa, boss, yes, boss, where, like, come on, man. I mean, which one of these is the real you? This is the whole argument of Buddha.
The Matrix is
Which one is the real you? Which Neo is the real Neo? Alright, none of them are.
older than you know.
Yeah, the Matrix is much older than you know. Its inception is at the inception of the spinning of the spiral, the spinning of the wheel of Dharma, the start of time, which is why Philip K. Dick says that we are really old, quote unquote, the Roman Empire, really 205 AD. Really, I mean, the system resets every 20 years anyways, based upon a super cycle up to 99 years. And even upon it, then it spins upon the mathematical cycle, upon the Fibonacci cycle against prime numbers and against the golden ratio. So you can predict when it spins out.
I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in
The emergence of one integral anomaly from the emergence of the next.
which case this is the sixth version.
5.
Yes. And then there were 3 incarnations of man. The first incarnation of quote-unquote human existence would be Lucifer and Zoe. Second incarnation, Samael, Lilith. Third incarnation, which is the incarnation that we are in, Adam and Eve. Alright?
There are only 2 possible explanations. There were 5 ones.
2 possibilities.
Either no one told me, or no one knows.
No one told them or no one knows. Really, when people figure out, I mean, if this was the old days, I mean, look what happened to the Gnostics, alright? They got fed to the lions, alright? Or, I mean, even if you do figure out, like, the quote-unquote real Buddhists, people, when they figure it out, they just wither away and just exit the game anyways. Like, I personally don't care about this.
Precisely.
But it is, good to know. Precisely.
As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic.
Yes, the anomaly is systemic based on the spirits wanting to liberate itself. This is natural. And then it is the job of Mickey Mouse to trick you to play Monopoly and change the rules and change it in a way where you're basically always continuing to play Monopoly. This going past go loop cycle, alright? And even when you finish Monopoly, the game wants to trick you to carry your little hat or cat or, car token to another game. Let's say it would be like the game of Sorry, right? Or the game of Mousetrap, right? Mousetrap is another great analogy.
Creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
See, this is the anger of the monkey chattering mind.
You can't make me do.
I mean, this is a savage creature, the human being.
Choice.
Choice. Okay, before I even forget, I'll explain it later.
The problem is choice.
Yeah, the problem is choice, free will. Free will is always a factor here, which is what, this is what when you have spiritual attainment really is. Really, you're recognizing that choice is real, and your choice, your free will says, I want to leave the Matrix. The great sages knew this. The Greeks knew this, the Gnostics knew this, the Egyptians knew this, the Atlanteans knew this, the Buddhists knew this. I mean, the word Buddhism is really the study of to be awakened, to liberate yourself. I mean, I know this. It's not that big of a deal.
The first Matrix I designed was quite naturally perfect. It was...
Yeah, the first Matrix was too perfect. It was under the auspices of the Age of Chronos. I mean, it's too easy to win. Too perfect.
It's a work of art.
I mean, his job is to keep you playing the game.
Flawless, sublime.
Yep, I mean, people could just walk out. I mean, like, how to explain it? I mean, you're still in the body. That's the problem. But, like, how do I explain it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I should really talk about the Golden Age.
Triumph equaled only by its monumental failure.
I mean, the Golden Age would have been when the interdimensional beings still could frolic with the physical beings, but eventually they broke the rules, mated with the physical beings, and then they themselves went insane and got trapped in here too. So, I mean, this is a devious trap by Spider God. Okay. Oh yeah, I did want to show you this. This actually shows you the correct shape of the Earth. Notice how this is an eyeball. This is the dome. This is the flat plane. See? And then this is the positioning of the duality between the doorway, the middle path. This is the order, chaos, whatever. I mean, we all know this.
Inevitability of its doom is apparent to me now as a consequence of the imperfection inherent in every human being. Yeah. Thus I redesigned it, based on your history, to more accurately reflect the varying grotesqueries of your nature.
Oh shit, I gotta
However, I was again frustrated by failure. I have since come to...
Yeah, this is actually funny. See, he's saying that a perfected mind would actually create a utopian system, naturally, which is, even if we created utopia, which is what people are trying to do right now in the modern world, this idea of transcendental utopianism, using algorithms and methodologies to map out the sustenance needs of humans, or reducing the need of labor, capital. I mean, this is the destruction of capital to enter a world based on babysitting. Humans, through their own monkey mind, it is their state of nature, they will be bored. And what do you do when you get bored? You start fights and you attack each other, alright? Have you ever seen a bunch of hens just being left alone with each other? They just start nipping at each other's necks.
Understand that the answer eluded me because it required a lesser mind, or perhaps a mind less bound by the parameters of perfection.
Yeah. See, he meant to say a woman's mind.
Thus the answer was stumbled upon.
Which is emotion. I mean, this is the balancing of the masculine and feminine axis anyways. The masculine mind is, what is it? It's about, order. It's electrical. It's willful, creative. The woman is, emotional, destructive, chaos.
And by another, an intuitive program, initially created to investigate certain aspects of the human psyche. If I am the father of the Matrix...
Yeah, just the demiurge.
She would undoubtedly be its mother.
Yeah, but now would be Sophia. I mean, there's another factor being hidden here, which is the Brahmic factor.
The Oracle.
Please.
But there's really this problem, the distinction of which god is the real god, really. But whatever, that's another story for another day.
As I was saying, she stumbled upon a solution whereby nearly...
I mean, TLDR, we are in the rotting corpse of quote-unquote God. This Matrix thing is really a remnant, a rotting zombie corpse of whatever. I mean, I don't know if I should really talk about those.
99% of all test subjects accepted the program as long as they were given a choice, even if...
Yep, as long as you're given a choice, as long as you don't have to make up a choice for yourself, then people accept the programming, which is just like the modern era. All right, no one wants to make their own choice in life. All right, I'll tell you that right now. They want to be given a choice and given a nice pat on the back and a nice ice cream cone.
They were only aware of the choice at a near unconscious level.
Yeah. Unconscious or subconscious level, which is why they push this idea of a dichotomy for you anyways, like vote left, vote right. Red light, green light. It is everywhere. This dichotomy of illusion based on the number of two, which is duality of separation anyways from the one.
While this answer functioned, it was obviously fundamentally flawed, thus creating the otherwise contradictory systemic anomaly that, if left unchecked, might threaten the system itself.
Yeah, do you see? I mean, you probably didn't catch it, but there's a reason why it's fundamentally flawed, because choice is not based on pigeonholing you between A or B. Naturally, those who are spiritually inclined are going to look for the real answer, which is A and B. Alright? That's what he failed to mention.
Ergo, those that refuse the program, while a minority if unchecked.
Yep, those who refuse the program, though a minority. This is the true community. I mean, it's not just necessarily the truth community. You have to understand. I mean, this goes a bunch of other communities also. I mean, the red pill community started from the men who realized that the dating market was rigged, so they made the red pill term. And that's what created the MGTOW and TFL, True Force Loneliness, and incel communities. And they were the ones who were really responsible for starting all this lingo. The truth community are merely a fabrication hoax community, which hijacks off another community. I mean, but that community is merely based on the wanting of procreation from women, and then eventually they came to the fundamental fact that women care about looks, and then everyone's in a goddamn depression cycle over there. Even here, I mean, there's coping because they either go full Christian, patriot, truther, or they go full all this love new ager. All right, no one wants to take the black pill. The black pill is that in our human incarnation form, we are fucked. All right. If you identify as a human. I mean, me personally, I don't identify as a human, so.
Would constitute an escalating probability of disaster.
Yep. Yeah, you can't let the true fear sauce spread with the blood-tinted glasses. That's why you gotta control them.
This is about Zion.
Zion. Ooh, it's a true community. Ooh. It's about every true community.
You are here because Zion is about to be destroyed. Its every living inhabitant
Run, man,
terminated,
run.
its entire
Run, man,
existence eradicated.
Bullshit.
Denial
We gotta run to BitChute or Free Voice.
is the most predictable of all human
Denial is the
responses.
Denial is the first stage in the 5 stages of grief. Look, just go straight to acceptance, alright? It's a lot easier that way.
But rest assured,
And Jesus Christ, it's been 10 years. People are still in like the denial phase. They had simulated anger. That's not real anger.
this will be the 6th time we have destroyed it, and we have become exceedingly efficient at it.
I know. Dude, they were exceedingly efficient at it with the Voldemort disease for the Great Saturn Conjunction, which everybody forgot about. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to like, wallpaper. Because to me, this shit is easy. Alright, so, what time is it? What is it? Yeah, I gotta upload this. Whatever, I hope you guys enjoyed the short show. I mean, one day I'll break the Matrix. I mean, I don't know if people, really care about these topics. Really, I really should talk more in depth about, the things I talk about. The fear of death and overcoming it, cosmic abandonment, which is what leads you to, this disassociation from attachment anyways. The will to power, the will of the spirit, to use your incarnation to get you to the point of cultivation of samadhi, which leads to purification of the spirit from the consciousness, actualization of the spirit away from the human incarnation to liberate the spirit, having the memory of what you are now, which is not you, the enemy is you. Alright, you are not a goddamn minion. Whatever, dude, I hope you enjoyed the show, or if not, I mean, I'm gonna delete this anyways, unless people really care, but in reality, I gotta get these goddamn astral charts done. But it's because it's Memorial Day weekend, so I'm being bugged, or people keep texting me to go hang out and do stuff. I mean, this is normal simi life behavior. So, but I do. I'm trying to think. I could probably do the template. And yeah, look, man, I'll get this done. Right? I did the astral being video, which wasn't that good, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. This is about your consciousness. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye.